Hi!
We're the writing consultants at Yeshiva University's Wurzweiler School of Social Work.
You can find us online at wsswwriting.setmore, setmore.com.
In this video, we'll provide a basic overview of APA style for graduate-level social work writers.
The American Psychological Association publishes a style guide for papers. It is mainly used by writers in the social sciences, including in social work. The style guide was last updated in October of 2019. The style guide focuses on formats and conventions for using sources, in-text citations, as well as the references page. Beyond that, it offers guidelines for manuscript formatting or setting up the document on the page.
Sources are outside materials found through research that we make use of in our papers. We bring them into our writing in one of three ways: by quoting, paraphrasing, or summarizing. A quotation involves using the exact language as it is written in a source, like a book or an article, and placing that language in quotation marks. In this case, to illustrate, we've quoted a line from a nursery rhyme, The Itsy Bitsy Spider. A paraphrase relays the idea or theme of the source material, but puts it into your own words and sentence structure to clarify what a passage in your source is saying. For example, a person who does not know the specific phrase itsy bitsy would understand the quotation better when the spider is clarified as being very small. A summary gives the main idea or argument of the source as a whole in a brief way. It briefly tells us what the nursery rhyme is about without offering many details. Why do we use sources? Sources serve many purposes. For example, providing background information or context, explaining terms or concepts, supporting your claims, lending authority to your argument, and anticipating and countering alternative interpretations.
APA directs us to include two pieces of information whenever possible: the author or author's last name or names, and the year of publication. If we are quoting language directly, we also mention the page number where we found the quote. These pieces of information can be included in the sentence itself or put inside parentheses at the end of the sentence.
The second part of APA style is the references page, which lists all the sources cited in the paper.
Each entry gives the reader enough detail to know what the source is and where to find it. APA provides specific templates for all sorts of source types, like books, articles, and web pages. The details are almost always organized and styled the same way. First, author or organizational name like UNICEF, or the last name followed by the first initials, then the year, then the title, and then where the material comes from, whether a journal, book, or website. The setup and formatting of the references page as a whole is always the same too. Note the center title, double spacing, alphabetization by authors, and the hanging indents.
Different types of sources require different formatting on the references page. Here's how you would format the two most commonly used sources for a paper: a journal article that was accessed online and a published book. Here is a breakdown of a journal article citation.
Here is a sample citation of a book with multiple authors. To cite this source, you would follow the same pattern as with the journal article, but separate the names of authors with a comma and place an ampersand, the and symbol, before the last author listed. Citations for books need the book title to be italicized and written in title case, as in the previous slide for a journal article. If there is a colon in the title, capitalize the first letter in the word after the colon. You also have to include the name of the book's publisher after the title. The title and publisher name should be separated by a period.
The third aspect of APA is manuscript format, covering topics such as spacing and margins, the title page, headers, headings and subheadings, and the references page.
Here are two sample pages from a paper in APA manuscript format. On the left is a title page. The paper title and author's information are centered in the middle of the page. A header includes a shortened version of the paper title in all caps and the page number. On the right is a page from the body of the paper. The header continues. All the text is double-spaced. The beginnings of new paragraphs are indented. Headings are formatted according to specific guidelines.
The APA website has sample student papers with further explanations about formatting. You can Google them to find them. To sum it up, APA style encompasses many specific rules and guidelines, but memorizing them is not important. Instead, we can just turn to the style guide and other tools and resources when we need to. For example, the Purdue OWL, the IRSC APA styled guide, and good old Google. Google is often the fastest way to get your answer, as long as you make sure that the information is coming from a .edu or college library website. Feel free to ask us writing consultants questions too, but we encourage you to see first if you can use these tools to find your answer, so you can build confidence in your APA skills.
Following APA allows us to communicate clearly to our readers. Our use of sources become transparent and easy to understand. In addition, following APA helps us act ethically as researchers and as writers. This means avoiding plagiarism. Plagiarism occurs when a writer deliberately uses someone else's language, ideas, or other original material that is not common knowledge without acknowledging its source.
In this slide, we've let you know that this definition of plagiarism didn't actually come from us, but from the Council of Writing Program Administrators and their definition of how to avoid plagiarism. The writing in this example successfully avoids plagiarism.
The first sentence, which is highlighted, is a paraphrase. The writer has borrowed an idea from her source, Neff, but has expressed it in her own words.
The second sentence incorporates a quotation. Here, the writer has borrowed exact language from her source, Germer and Neff. Appropriately, because the language is not her own, she has enclosed it within quotation marks. As a writer, you should put quotation marks around phrases as short as 5 words that you take from your sources. For quotations, APA also requires writers to mention the page number on which the original text is located. In this case, the quotation came from page 856 of the Germer and Neff article. When you paraphrase, you do not have to include the page number where you found the idea that you are paraphrasing.
If you need support with APA or any other aspect of your writing, we're here to help.
Our appointment booking website is wsswwriting.setmore.com.
We offer 3 types of one-on-one consultations: in person, online chat, and email exchange. We can also arrange a phone call or a Zoom meeting or a Skype meeting if that works best for you.
We look forward to working with you.